April 14th, 1865, dawned with a sense of anticipation rippling through the air, as if the very fabric of the nation was holding its breath. The Civil War had finally come to a close, and the streets of Washington, D.C. buzzed with the kind of hope that only comes after a long, arduous struggle. Abraham Lincoln, weary yet resolute, sat in his office, the weight of the nation's future pressing down on his shoulders. He had been contemplating the need for a more secure government, a way to protect the very ideals that had led to the Union's preservation. As he scribbled notes, ideas flowed through his mind like the mighty Mississippi. The assassination of public figures was not a new threat. The nation had witnessed too many tragedies that stemmed from political discord. Lincoln understood that a new approach was necessary, one that would safeguard the leaders of the country and ensure that the sacrifices made during the war would not be in vain. It was on this fateful day that he decided to establish a protective force, a secret service that would serve to shield the president and other key officials from the dangers that lurked in the shadows of political life. Lincoln envisioned a group of dedicated agents who would operate discreetly, gathering intelligence and thwarting any plots against the government. The irony of this decision was not lost on him. He was creating a shield for the very leaders who had faced the fury of a divided nation. He could not have known, of course, that within hours he would become the very reason for the existence of this new agency. As he penned the final details of his proposal, a sense of urgency filled the room, a sense that the nation was on the brink of a new chapter. Later that evening, Lincoln and his wife Mary attended a play at Ford's Theater, a night meant for celebration and reflection. The laughter and applause of the audience echoed around them, a stark contrast to the turmoil that had enveloped the nation for so long. But as the curtain rose and the actors took their places, an unseen danger lurked just outside the box where the president sat. John Wilkes Booth, a man consumed by hatred and a desire for revenge, had plotted a course that would change the trajectory of American history forever. As the evening progressed, the atmosphere was filled with joy. Yet Lincoln's heart was heavy with the knowledge of the fragile peace that lay over the nation. He had fought hard for unity, for healing, and yet the specter of violence still loomed. Little did he know that the very act of creation, the establishment of the Secret Service, would soon be rendered tragically ironic. Just as he had put pen to paper to protect the leaders of the nation, he would soon find himself in desperate need of that very protection. In a moment that would be etched into the annals of history, Booth slipped into the box and fired a shot that rang out like a thunderclap, shattering the fragile veneer of peace. The audience gasped in horror, the laughter turned to screams, and chaos erupted. Lincoln, the man who had just envisioned a safeguard for his office, slumped in his seat, a victim of the very violence he sought to prevent. The irony of the situation was profound. On a day meant for the celebration of hope and unity, he had unwittingly laid the groundwork for a force that would be born from tragedy. As he lay in the stillness of death, the nation mourned not just the loss of a leader, but the loss of a dream. The Secret Service, born from the ashes of that fateful day, would go on to fulfill the purpose Lincoln had envisioned. But it would always carry the weight of that irony, a protector created on the very day it was needed most, a reminder of the fragility of life and the relentless march of history.